It's a great pleasure for me to be here with these law enforcement officials and former officials to endorse and to support Tim Nelson for County Attorney in Maricopa County. I think everyone knows that a critical part of the total law enforcement picture is represented by the County Attorney's Office in the largest county in the state of Arizona. And what I say with real sorrow is that for the last 4 years, that county attorney has not been an active part of the law enforcement community. They've gone their own way. And the rest of us have tried at a time of increasingly tighter resources to make do. And that has caused some very, very severe distortions and extra costs for the whole system. Let me just give you a couple of examples. Right after he was elected, Mr. Thomas withdrew from the cooperative agreement that had gone on a bipartisan basis in terms of working, letting the state officials, state prosecutors use the county grand jury. That's something that, because he now refuses to let that happen, the courts of the state of Arizona are paying at least an extra $500,000 a year to cover the costs of a statewide grand jury and the extra times, the extra weeks that used to be covered by the county. It's unnecessary. It's an expense that, frankly, the taxpayers should not have to bear. In addition, Maricopa County always took the lead in sharing with other counties around this state a common resource, which was the brief bank that Maricopa County, as the busiest and largest of the prosecuting agencies, was able to accumulate. And by sharing that, they meant that other counties were able to do their law enforcement function far more effectively. Unilaterally and without any rationale, Maricopa County withdrew from that, and that resource is no longer available. We picked it up at the Attorney General's office. We're doing the best we can. But frankly, we don't do the day-to-day prosecutions that county attorneys do, and so that there's a slip, and that hurts law enforcement throughout the state of Arizona and makes individuals less safe than they would be otherwise. The third aspect that I just wanted to bring up is the employer sanctions bill, one that was passed a couple of years ago and signed by the governor. It had a number of questions that all county attorneys and the Attorney General had to sit down together and try to make sure that we could smoothly implement this new statute. Without any explanation, Maricopa County walked out of that meeting and refused to participate. So we've never known what their views are on the implementation of that bill except what we read in the newspaper. Once again, unwilling to work with the rest of us to try to make sure that we were able to concentrate resources and save. We don't have, in this tough economic time, anything to waste, not a man-hour, not a dollar, in trying to make Arizonans safer. And unfortunately, the attitude of the Maricopa County Attorney is, we're going to waste dollars, we're going to go our own way, we're not going to cooperate with the rest of law enforcement. And that's a sad situation. Tim Nelson's going to change that. He knows how to cooperate. He knows where the pieces of the law enforcement puzzle are because of his experience already at the Attorney General's office and the Governor's office. He's a great lawyer. He brings very high professional standards, and we should be very proud to have him as our candidate for county attorney, and I believe the next county attorney. So someone who knows his qualifications probably better than anyone is his former boss, our governor, Janet DePalatine.